Today I would like to talk about how understanding nervous system dysregulation can support an unfettered life. You see, many of the traits we struggle with most, such as reactivity, rigidity, withdrawal, certainty, anger, collapse, paranoia, fear, these do not begin as personality flaws. They often begin as intelligent nervous system responses to environments that did not feel safe, welcoming, or predictable. And whenever the body must remain on guard for too long, protection slowly becomes identity. And what began as survival eventually hardens into, "This is who I am." When dysregulation goes unnamed, the nervous system looks for substitutes for safety. Belief systems take on the role of regulators. Values become armor. Opinions become fortresses. Certainty becomes shelter. And this is not because a person is necessarily close-minded or morally rigid, but because loosening these structures would feel like neurological freefall. And over time, protection becomes our personality. As the years pass, this armor becomes exhausting to maintain. Defending a worldview, a role, or a fixed sense of self requires constant vigilance. And many people grow weary without knowing why. They may say, "This is just how I am," not as a statement of wisdom, but as a quiet truce with a nervous system that had never learned how to rest. What looks like character is really often fatigue. The unfettered life does not begin by changing beliefs or fixing oneself. It actually begins with the body experiencing moments where it does not have to brace itself. Sometimes that safety arrives through relationship rather than insight. In my own life, during a period of profound grief and overwhelm, that safety came through an animal. My wife, she had a cat named Devi. And when I was collapsed in sorrow, Devi would sit upright in the fold of my arm. She would look directly into my eyes and gently touch my face with her paw. She did not distract, correct, or fix. She stayed. And her presence softened something that words never could. In those moments, the protector in me stood down, and something deeper was allowed to breathe. This is how nervous systems heal, not through force or persuasion, but through sustained, non-demanding contact. When safety is real, even briefly, the protector relaxes. The same animal energy that once guarded against life reorganizes itself into care, curiosity, and warmth. And strength does not disappear, it becomes stewardship. Power does not diminish, it becomes presence. And this is why animals can soften hardened people, and why quiet companionship can reach places ideology never can, and why healing is fundamentally relational. The unfettered life is not a spiritual achievement. It is the gradual release of protection as the organizing principle of existence. It is learning that you are allowed to exist without defending your right to do so. And from that permission, a truer self naturally emerges, not because it was created, but because it was no longer covered. Here are practical ways to begin living this gently and realistically. Start with regulation before interpretation. So when you notice reactivity, collapse, or self-judgment, you don't have to analyze it. First, help the body settle. You can feel your feet on the floor, or place a hand on your chest or belly. Look around the room and name 3 neutral objects. Insight does not land in an activated nervous system. Now, practice de-identifying without rejecting yourself. When old traits arise, try saying quietly, "This is a nervous system state. It's not my character." This loosens the identity without shaming the protection that once helped you survive. Allow borrowed regulation. Healing rarely happens alone. Time spent with a pet, a calm phone call with someone who doesn't try to fix you, or even sitting with a steady human voice can help your nervous system remember how to rest. Safety is learned in relationship. Aim for micro-softening, not transformation. Notice one moment each day when you do not brace, explain, or defend yourself, even if only for 10 seconds. Unfettering happens by subtraction, by letting go, not by effort. Only make meaning after settling. Ask the deeper questions once the body is calmer. Otherwise, your belief system will quietly turn into armor again. This is about letting go, realizing that letting go is strength. It doesn't mean surrendering who you are in your essence. The heart of this teaching revolves around non-reactive intelligence, and it is simple. Realize you are not broken. You are tired of protecting yourself. And the unfettered life begins the moment your body learns that it no longer has to stand guard every second just to be allowed to exist. you.